What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included Season 2. So coming straight into this top left that was working on last episode, you can see I'm building this random square, and it's not actually random. This square is just where the base should be, without the bottom bit, of course, and it will allow us to get 2 extra rooms in. So that means that I can continue to build up the left-hand side as well, ish, and ignore the whole cold room thing for now, but still keeping the structure in the same symmetrical pattern that is expected of me. In doing so, the first thing I need to add is the insulation tiles, which you can see are being done as an urgent task. And then this is the just standalone floor that we're using. I am going to be changing this soon though, because there are better looking bricks to use that I want to try out. I don't think they make much difference in terms of the duplicants, not like if you use carpet and things like that, but just visually I'd like to make the floors different if possible. To the water reservoir now, you can see we are a bit low. Now we are low in terms of the pump, the hand pump, but we are not low in terms of the actual electric pump running the bathroom, showers and research facilities. Now what I've noticed here is that the refrigerator is full, very full. We have 2 down, well we actually have 4 down, as you can see on the screen. But 2 of them are not set for the right thing, and to be honest they're in the wrong place anyway. So what I actually need to do is build a couple more, specifically in the rooms where they actually eat, along with some in the, well at least 1 or 2 in the kitchen itself. Now what you're seeing here is I am slowly and really painfully deconstructing the top farm, and I am instead going to turn this into another mezzanine or a food court. Because we have 15 nuggets and the food court that we've got only holds 6, I think we've already got 3, so 6, 12, 18, so that is actually enough. But on screen you can only see 2, and I believe at the time of doing this I could only see those 2 and thought I didn't have enough. Now all I actually need is enough for 20 duplicants, because that's what we're aiming for, sooner rather than later. Making another blueprint there. For those of you using the blueprint, by the way, if you select blueprint you can press up or down arrows to change between the ones that you have saved. Took me a while to figure that out, but yeah. So this will make a mezzanine, and obviously that was a lot nicer to delete because I've got chain deconstruct installed, which means that them tiles got deleted in one go, which is nice. We'll get this rushed again because I thought I was short on this facility. We also need to get a freezer inside the kitchen. There is space between the cooker and the door, but also taking out one of those statues will allow me to get at least another one in there. I can see an actual chest in there. I'm not sure what I put that in there for. I think that is for eggs, so that they can be cracked on the egg cracker, or only the ones that I want them to, of course, and we don't have any, that, which is why, because the egg cracker is set for always smash eggs, so it's like a Hulk egg crasher, it's just smash. There we go, that looks better. So couple it in there now. We've got an extra mezzanine where they're working on the statues. Plenty of seating for them to meet with, plenty of storage for them to get their foods from, and we're pushing just around 250,000 calories. Again, that's including the I say inedible, I think it's all edible, but just not so good foods. What I'm going to do now is, because I haven't done any research in a while, and yes, I have played this game before, I promise, but I got distracted. I'm not sure what, but I think it was the cold, because there was a lot of micromanaging there to get that swept up, that mopped up, that dropped off, etc, etc. So I'm just going to go straight down the line there and get all of those researches done, which require both level 1 and 2. As soon as all that research is done, I will then look to build the next research room for the applied science, I believe it is. Finally, in this top corner you can see they're getting around to building these rooms. Bathroom 1 is done, bathroom 2 is on the way, bedroom 1 is sort of done, but we can speed that up like so. There is a tile in the top right hand corner that's going to annoy me as well, so I'm going to have to get somebody to break in there through the insulated tiles and get that built in. For reference, the left-hand ladder at the top, you can see I put in a sealed door as well to stop the oxygen from escaping and anything coming in out of that area, because of course the area will be opened up shortly and that is not part of the base yet. There we go. So 2 bathrooms, a bedroom and a shower. They're not wired up yet, and by wired up I mean of course plumbed in. I'll get around to that shortly. It's not too difficult. We already have the lines in. Just need to make sure we get enough water to run all of this. Nice visual there. You can see everything in the base is nice and toasty warm. Bit of yellow there, but greenish the rest of the way, looking good. And everything outside of the base is something else. That's what we're interested in for now. That's all that matters to me, is the inside of the base is habitable, comfortable, and full of oxygen. Oxygen is included in the base. Right, going for another duplicate, and we're going for a cuisine. Plenty of food ones. I don't need diggers anymore, really, because everybody can be a good digger. So we'll go for what we actually need, which is cooking to make the good foods. Okay, so my research room, laboratory I think it's classed as, needs to be moved, and I'm going to move it up here into this new area that we have been working on. The room above that then I can use for the I'm not sure, certainly at least 1 or 2 of the other researchers. Just try and keep it all close together. But it also means that this room here will be freed up for something like bedroom, hospital, toilet, whatever I need. I'm not sure yet. I'm doing the math sort of as I'm going. It's not the best plan, I guess. I do have a way of doing it previously, which the rooms will be slightly bigger, and it's very sort of each floor is set, so you have a bedroom, bathroom, shower, bedroom, bathroom, shower. But I wanted to do something different, because doing the same thing over and over again can get boring. Sorting out the power lines, we've got 2 spare here, and we need to fix this because that is at cap anyway. So if I just join this in here, I can break the power line. Yes, and then it'll be powered off 2 separate 1000 watt allocations for the wire. Of course, I need to bring up the thick wire as well that's not connected to the capacitors yet, or the, sorry, transformers. That will need doing. But it shouldn't take them too long, because now we are actually building up with people. We have got 16 duplicates now, so we're close to the 20 that I want to get to. And they are sort of following me around as I'm clicking, so that means that other tasks are readily done. In terms of the cleaning up, that needs to be done ASAP, but what I usually do with that is when I give it a break and I just leave them alone with no jobs to do, and they automatically just clean up anyway. We do need some storage crates up this central column though. As you can see, it's all empty at the minute, and all of that should be filled with the what's it called? Yeah, the words wallpaper. There we go. So that should be filled with the wallpaper as well, and doing so will make it look a lot nicer and a lot better for the duplicates. Nearly finished this room now, just need the power in. It's copied it right over, so even down to the automations that turn the lights off and on automatically, so we're not wasting electric. I don't know where that soggy bit of water came from. I'm assuming it was a water pipe that I dismantled when I moved the building, and it emptied the pipe. And by assuming, I'm pretty confident that's going to be the case. It will have been, because the supercomputer is plumbed in this due to a mod, because otherwise it's really, really slow going to do any other way. Now, what, if I remember, I don't, but what am I actually trying to put in this room here? A mezzanine, so we do have 4. And now they're all equal. That looks nice, the dark green. It's going to be symmetrical when we get there, of course. And they're still working on cleaning up. This is what I mean, they'll clean up automatically because they've got no else better to do once the tasks run out. I really do need to look actually at the ability to make these fancy foods like surf and turf and a few other things. They are quite a complex amount of food to unlock that guy, so it's a bit difficult. And strangely, yeah, I still cannot see the vacuum of space. Usually by now I would have got up there, but even on that right hand side where we go right up, it's not showing us the space area, so that's new. Map's bigger than I thought, maybe, or we just started lower than I normally do. And I was just putting in the wallpaper there, but the noise is awful when you're putting down so many, so I just skipped ahead to make it so that was already done for you. Again, black going up the centre, as always, is the plan. And then we need to get the extra toilets and bathrooms plumbed in. Bit of a wonk there on the piping because it was a copy and pasta job from the blueprint, but it's fine, we can fix that. So we will force the dirty water, or I think it's called grey water, into the known dirty water line, and then we can just extend this fresh water line up to each of these. I do need to figure out where I'm going to get some more water from. We are running low, and this is just going to drain even more. We've got quite a lot of toilets rocking now, and showers, and then there's a research as well, which uses quite a bit of water for that second stage of research. There is a geyser that I can untap. It's just the temperature that's going to be a problem, and I don't have a very easy way as yet of cooling it down efficiently without using a lot of fancy electrical items, which they usually use quite a lot of kilowatts, and therefore will drain our coal far too quick. Up to 17 duplicates now, and you can see that water, both water tanks are draining faster than they're filling. I have started down at the bottom where them water tanks were that we collected all of that dropped fluids from the ice area, this area, yeah. And I'm going to filter this out. So I want any polluted water that's in here to go into the polluted tank, any clean water to go into the clean water tank, and then anything else will stay down here. And by anything else, it's only going to be brine. There is about 400 kilos of polluted water, and I think about 150 of clean. So it's not loads, but it's more than we've got, and it's certainly in the wrong place. So this way it would just tidy it up, and then I can have brine water stood here or waiting here for when I need to use it. And like I say, likely I'll use that as the coolant because it freezes a lot lower than the clean water does. You can see there is clean and polluted water in there already. Might be overcomplicating it a little bit, I don't know. It's not going to stay forever, so it doesn't matter how messy it looks or gets as long as it works. And the idea is that the liquids will come out of that end tanks. We're only using one of the 4. It will come out of the tanks, it will get filtered for polluted water and clean water, which will go elsewhere. Anything else, which will only be the salt water, or the brine as they call it, will then go back into another tank that's not connected. So I'm not going to go around the same thing over and over again. It will go into the second tank, and that should be just full of brine, and then we're good to go. These water tanks hold quite a lot more than they normally would because of the mod that increases the storage. And I've only done that because the amount of crap that's on the floor and been picked up, it's ridiculous, the amount of storage you need. So that's why I've done it this way, to make these chests that you can see in the centre, and then any of the liquid or gas chambers, more user-friendly and better than having to build 50 of them to house a little bit of this or a little bit of that. And that's a bit of a song there, but I didn't mean that. Unfortunately, I've had to do it the long way, and by do it the long way, yes, this pipe, I'm having to take it where I know they can actually get to build. Some of these walls and floors are doubled up for the insulation, and that means that there are occasions where they will or won't be able to get to that area to actually build it. What I've done there, they should be able to reach that, and that I believe is to get the clean water into the clean water tank. Now there isn't much down here, but any is better than nothing. Cleaning up the old pipe, that's where I was going to take the clean water. But there's just no way. Once you get up to there, you can see it then butts into the dirty water line, and it just got too complicated. So I went the other way. Instead of just trying to rip out the whole thing, because remember, if you rip up pipes that have got fluid in them, that goes everywhere as well, and nobody wants that mess. So that's all done. Setting them down now just to rip out the pumps at the bottom. They are the pumps that were cleaning up the mess previously, but we no longer have that problem, so they can go. Also, so the water tanks there to the side are only now for brine. So all of this can be ripped out and set up really for the next stage, which is the actual power. Though on the side there you can see the power spine goes straight through that building. Now we cannot move that building. Maybe we'll be able to once we unlock him. but I'm not sure how easy or difficult that's going to be. So for now, what we're going to do is just go bypass it and then start again underneath it, keeping it all the same symmetrical pattern that we've got, where it's 4 blocks and then the 5th is the tile. And just keep going so that we get down to the floor level where we're at, and then we can have that main pipe come from there and power everything. I'll also have the batteries down here, likely somewhere near the water towers that you can see there. They're being drained as we speak. Around there will be the batteries as well, and any of the automations that go with that. I also want to build the power control machine. I can't remember, sorry, what it's called, but there's a building, sorry, a machine you build inside the power rooms that basically makes into a power plant, and also you can upgrade your engines to generators to give out more power. That is the plan. We'll have to wait and see whether it actually comes to fruition. I'm sure it will. Still looking here for the space itself and can't find it. I do like getting to space reasonably quickly because I like dumping crap out there, usually liquids or gases I don't want, like overkill of carbon dioxide, and just let it disappear into space. This is the pajama machine. Now, I've never actually used it. You get the pajamas and it's supposed to give them, supposed to do some science on them. That's another one I've not used that we'll have to look at doing. But we need to dig that out first, so I will get somebody on that immediately. That's better. So once we've unlocked that, we'll try that out. I think you have to force them to wear the pyjamas and then you can send them in there. We still need to find the other fossils as well. I believe there's 2 more. And we still need to do the final part of that guy in the caravan, which is the fancy food. Our water is very, very low. I'm going to have to probably just dig a random hole across to a water source and rip it out. I'm not sure I've got any other options at this point. I've been too distracted by the... well, just the other things that I've been doing, to be honest. But we are about at time anyway, so I'm going to end it here and we'll move on to the next episode, hopefully with a better structure for the water. So thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, please hit like. Any comments are welcome as always. Subscribe for more. Take care. Goodbye.